All right, we are live
All
now.
right.
Flat
Hello,
dams,
world.
flat dams from Matty and me. Yeah, it's been a while
Been a while.
when we were live the last time.
Yeah.
So let's share our link. I will share it in YouTube, and you can share it in WhatsApp and Telegram.
Okay.
Okay.
I look like I'm tilted. I don't know why. Like, let me try to does that look better?
You
I don't know. I have to
you
see.
you
Like, I
look good, Matty.
to stand back a little bit. I feel like I'm tilted
For
sideways, but we're good. We're good. It's all good.
for me, you look good.
Okay. You look good too. I like your
And
shape.
thank you very much. That
I like your shape.
thank
Hold on.
thank you very. You like the shape,
Yeah, I like now. I like that.
or
And I like how your glasses, they're the transition glasses. They go from clear to dark, right?
the sunglasses.
Oh, they're just
But
sunglasses? Okay.
yeah, but I met the flat Earth girl. You know this. I
Yes,
told you
yes,
this,
yes. Yeah.
and uh, you can bring in a blue filter
Okay.
and glasses. You also can bring the blue filter in your Windows PC or
Oh, yeah.
iMac. Yeah, that's very good. We also made a film about this, The Flat Earth Girl and Me. Corinna, I love you. You know this.
What's her name? Karina?
Corinna.
Karina. Okay.
Yeah, like
Like
Corona.
like cologne. All right. Okay. Like the beer.
Very good. Yeah. So I share the link. Very nice, Matty. What's going on in the US?
Uh, well, let's see. We just had a little thing called the presidential election.
Yeah.
How did you? I'm always interested in how people from overseas view America during, when we have our selection process or the election process, whatever you want to call it. But I was talking to friends that live in Norway, and they said that they're really pushing. They were really pushing hard for Kamala Harris. That seemed to be like almost like the European person. Now I don't know if that was the same for you in Austria, but only you could answer that, Manny. Your mic's muted.
Thanks for the info. Most of the media. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Most of the media told us that Kamala will win.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
that's what I heard too. And I
Yeah.
was like, and it's so like, because when you're here in America and you drive around, like I live in Florida, so
Yeah.
when you drive around Florida, you see on people's houses, on people's vehicles, in their trucks, Trump, like flags and banners and stickers and all kinds of paraphernalia for Trump. I literally didn't see one thing for Harris on anybody's vehicle, which I find
Yeah.
really interesting. And then there's this whole emotional thing that's
That's
going on.
interesting.
And did you see like the TikTok freakouts
That's
the next
true.
day of the like girls screaming, crying, and like they just couldn't like handle the fact that he won it. Like a lot of like women, mostly women, but a few men were like crying. These are grown, adult people. They were throwing a tantrum like a 12-month-old child. It's really embarrassing. I think they just do that,
That's
for content, to get a little you know, some clickbait maybe. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's just it's designed. I think they design it for that. You know.
They lied
But
about everything, Matty.
they still lie about everything, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Very
cool that we are alive.
Yeah, we live in very, very interesting times. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
and
old proverb.
the flat Earth girl Corinna told me we are older that we are thinking about. So we are about 500 or 800 years old.
I think she's right.
Yeah, and that's also like Martin said, with we are old souls. Old souls.
I think she is absolutely right. And I think that because I felt the same way. And
yeah,
I'm like, how come only a certain amount of people can see what we see? I mean, to me, it's extremely obvious once you take a deep look. You know what I mean? Take one day of your life and research. You know, like
the flat Earth.
Right. You take one day to research a flat Earth, you will definitely come away with more questions than answers.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
And because I had to go through this process myself, Matty, and I want to share something with you and the internet. When I was young, right, this guy owed me money, but he couldn't pay it back. But he had a tattoo parlor, right? So he said, "Look, instead of paying you, how about I give you a free tattoo, right?"
And I'm
like, okay, all right, well, we could work that out. So on my right shoulder, I have a tattoo, and in the middle of it is the globe Earth tattooed on my body. I don't know if you can see it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you can see it back there. Can you see it?
Yeah, bro, I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
So I literally have the Earth tattooed on me, and I woke up, and I was like, I'm like, should I have it erased? Should I have it covered over? And I was like, you know what? Let it stand as a reminder as to how naive we are as people and how easy it is to brainwash people into thinking something.
That's true, bro.
You know this is true. You know what I'm saying is true because I've been brainwashed. You've been brainwashed. All of us have been brainwashed.
Everyone of us.
Everyone. Yeah. Only, and this goes to your girlfriend, her very astute point.
She's my best friend. She is not my girlfriend.
Okay,
I
she's your friend.
She will be. I hope she will get my girlfriend. Yeah, for sure, Matty. I love her. I love her. And very nice. Before we had a WhatsApp call, and you told me you are in a wonderful relationship with your girl.
Yes, I'll be married. I'll be married 25 years on, what's today's date? The 10th, in 5 days. It'll be 25 years. And I got married out. I got married.
That's very good.
In Arizona. I flew to Arizona because my grandfather lived there, and he was old and sickly and dying. So I wanted him to meet my wife, and I went to the Red Rock Canyons. Have you ever heard of the Red Rock Canyons in Arizona?
Sorry, bro. No, is it like Grand Canyon?
And no, it's way different than the Grand Canyon. It's called it's called Sedona. It's the name of the town, Sedona, and it has these beautiful red, like hills and mounds and these gigantic, like berms and sand things, and it's all red. it's this beautiful, like terracotta red, and variations of red. And people, when they come in my house, they think our wedding pictures are CGI because they look so good. Because we're outside, we were in the nature. We were literally standing next to a little brook, a little river, and we hired a photographer, and she took pictures, and they came out so good. People are like, "Ah, that's fake." They're like, "How'd you fake that?" I'm like, "That's real. Like, that's not fake. That's way before anybody had the CGI on their computer. 1999 or 2000.
1999.
Yeah, we got just right at the end.
Fuck the millennium.
Yup, it was right there, and I'll tell you, when September 11th happened, my wife was pregnant with our second child, and she was in Scotland, in Glasgow, for business. Yes. And she was grounded for several days. She could not. So she was, this poor woman, God bless her. Like, she's such a soldier. So she had, like, we had our first child, right? And she was like 18 months old the day that it happened. And I'm home alone with my infant daughter, and my pregnant wife, I get a hold of her, and I tell her what's going on. She knows, they have TV over there. So she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, the towers got hit by airplanes, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what the hell's going on. And she's like, "Well, I'm not allowed to leave, Europe. I'm grounded here in Glasgow." So finally, she got from there to Heathrow, from Heathrow back home to the United States and to Philadelphia. I was living in Philadelphia at the time. I'm from Philadelphia originally. I spent my youth and until I was almost 30 years old, I lived in Philadelphia. So if I sound kind of weird,
the name is very good. Philadelphia.
It's in the Bible.
Do you know, in Austria they sell us cheese called Philadelphia.
Yeah, I have it in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
Philadelphia cream cheese. It's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm gonna probably eat some, like, when I get off this. I'm gonna make a bagel and put bagel with butter and cream cheese. That's the secret. Don't tell anybody. You put butter. You put butter first, then you put the cream cheese on top of it. Shh. That's a little food hack.
The best thing is raw butter is the best.
I've never heard of it.
Do you know raw butter?
No. Nah. Is it European?
Practical and theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to the cow and you bring down the milk,
right,
it's raw. And when you cook up the milk, it's pasteurized. I don't know the English.
Yeah, pasteurized. Right. See, it's heated up.
Yeah. The best is raw.
Of course.
Milk.
Yeah, right from the cow.
Yeah. So this is what the flat earth girl told me. Yeah.
Well, she's very wise. She knows. It's like they have. It's called A1. I think it's called A1 milk. Like right from the cow. A cow that's like loves for a cow that's taken care of. Produces incredible, because don't forget, from a cow you get butter, milk, cream, half and half, yogurt, ricotta cheese, mozzarella. Everything comes from that one milk, and then you just let it separate itself. As they say, the cream rises to the top. You scoop the cream off, and then you could make 10 different things with that cream. Like from mozzarella cheese to Parmesan to cheddar. If you know how to culture, like, because that's an art form. I'm learning this. I follow a few homesteaders on YouTube that have farms, and I like for example, like Owen Benjamin. Have you ever heard of Owen Benjamin?
Sure.
All right, so I
Hey,
like Owen.
for Owen Benjamin, it was a hard way to go to the flat earth.
Yeah, and well, it was really good because he seems to be like the only guy who did it honestly, like we did it.
Yeah.
Like, I went through the same thing. I'm sure you went through the same thing. I'm like, you're questioning your own sanity. You're like, am I crazy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is this lie that big? And he's like, I remember him saying, there's no way I could be a flat earther. I can't be a flat earther. And of course, now he is.
Yeah.
Because,
Do you know Dave Marsh? Matty?
No, Dave Marsh?
Yeah, Dave Marsh is a photographer and works for the medical industry, and he was live with me and Alex Meckel and Lindsay, of course, and he told me Rona is a hoax, and Dave Marsh also told me when he found the flat earth, he says to him, oh shit, I don't want to be a flat earther.
Yeah, right. Who wants to go against the grain of everybody? Like it really is. It's a battle. It's a battle. And like I told you, as we were talking earlier, I was telling you how my brother and my brother's, I'm 53 and he's 49.
Yeah.
So 3.5, 4 years older I am than him. And he is, I mean, I would say he's like a Elon Musk fanboy. He loves Elon Musk, and he thinks that there's a car floating around in space, and he thinks that there's a rover on Mars, and I'm like, Rob, like all you have to do is listen to Elon speak. Like, go back to when he started, like when he was younger, right? And I've watched video of him, like literally almost tell you, like, remember that there's a famous quote where he says, oh, it looks so real, it looks so fake, it has to be real. We have much better CGI than that. Like it's very condescending to say, like, you think he knows? He has to know, Elon. Do you think that he believes that we're on a ball, or do you think that he knows it's a level plane?
I think Elon Musk knows exactly that the Earth is stationary.
Okay.
And there is a famous photograph where you can see Elon Musk with the Eric Dubé
I didn't know that.
book. Okay. With the Eric Dubé book.
Right, good. He got Eric's book. Eric helped me out tremendously. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Santos. Thank you, Max Egan. Thank you, Martin Liedtke. There are so many people. And I think you and I are both moderators on Martin Liedtke's Flat Earth British site, right?
Yeah. That's true. And
great to see you.
We have the first comment in our life. That's very good, Matty.
I like the Mundi, the Axis Mundi.
Yeah. No, I'm very thankful for Eric Dubé and Martin, and through Martin Liedtke we found us, Matty.
Yeah, I have their books, and I didn't think to like grab them and bring them. I have not a big library, but a good one. I've been like collecting books over the years, and I want to go get some books. About a month ago, and we have a place called the Goodwill here, the Salvation Army. It's a thrift store. It's where old clothes go, old toys, they get donated to these gigantic institutions, and they sell them. And they use the money to help drug addicts recover. It goes to good causes, right? And so I went to the book section, and I realized there's no book section. It's gone. So I asked to speak to the manager, and he came out, and I was like, I said, "Sir, where are the books?" And he told me, he said people were coming in and like fighting over books. So they had to revamp their whole book system. So what they did was they would fill a bin with books, right? You didn't know what you're going to get, but you had to buy the whole bin, and it was sealed. They just taped it shut with duct tape. So people were buying like 50 bins of books, and then they would take the ones that they want and then just donate the rest of them to whatever, like if they were children's books, they would send them to the, a children's school, or, whatever they do with them. But I couldn't believe it when he told me that, because I live in Tampa, and there's a couple good schools around me, like, University of Tampa, USF, University of South Florida. And I have found some really technical books, like, for example, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Bearden. He wrote a book called, I think, Energy from the Vacuum. Have you ever heard of
No.
Colonel
Sorry,
Bearden?
no.
Well, he was like the premier free energy guy. John Hutchinson?
No,
He's a Canadian.
I know Victor Schauberger.
Right. The incredible Victor Schauberger.
Victor was the master of flat
He's a
earth.
master, right. Like, he's the guy who discovered how, when you watch like trout swim upstream, like they go against the current, they jump.
Yeah, I know.
Victor Schauberger discovered how they have propulsion. They basically create a vortex in front of them that sucks the fish forward.
Vortex.
It's right through a vortex. So they're able to basically defy gravity.
The truth is the truth. You
Right.
know?
Yeah,
The
right.
truth
The truth is the truth, right?
Alex Michael made me this logo for my YouTube channel.
I love Alex Michael.
Yeah, we all love you, Alex. If Alex sees us, he can jump in. This.
I would love Alex to jump in, because I want to tell him, like, I literally just found out. Do you ever listen to Crow 777 radio?
Yeah, sure.
You know the beginning song.
Yeah, Alex made it.
Alex made that song, and I just found that out now. I thought maybe his host Jason Lindgren did it, because I know Jason's a musician.
Okay.
And I think he's married to Rose, and Rose, she runs the show. So I was like, I just assumed that he did it or whatever. And then I was like, he's like, oh, Alex Michael made this, because it's so catchy. It's so like heart pounding. And, that like there's like overlapping layers of music and drum beats and violin and guitar. And it's incredible. And I was like, man, Alex is so talented. He's so super creative. He really is a genius.
Give me a second. I send him the StreamYard link in Telegram. Alex, Conspiracy Music Guru.
Yeah, see if he'll jump in. I think he lives in Spain. Like, is he in Spain?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Spain.
He might be 6 hours ahead of me, I think.
Yeah. What time is it now at you?
Me, it is 12:33 noon.
Yeah. Here it's in the evening, 18:17. 33.
So you're 6 hours, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers,
And
bro.
the flat earth girl told me, copper,
Right. Flat water.
you should drink everything from copper.
Yeah. That's real copper. That's like the whole
Yeah.
thing. That's not just layered.
The
I
flat
didn't even
earth
know you
girl.
could buy one of them. Let me write this down.
Yeah, you can buy it everywhere. The flat earth girl Corinna told me to measure it inside, and in the inside, with the multimeter, it shows 0 point.
What?
It's really good. Yeah.
Do you think it
Also,
structures the water?
yeah. Also, Victor Schauberger told
Right.
us
Victor
this. Yeah.
Schauberger, structured water. Like he knew. It's incredible what Victor knew. Like he knew from the micro, to the macro. Like he kind of had such a incredible like
Yeah. He
like
built
view of our world.
the air turbine. The air turbine from the planes are also from Victor.
I watched a video where they I'm trying to remember. They had a jet engine on like a pedestal, like on like a 3-wheel mount. You can move the jet engine around, and it was a Victor Schauberger video where, like, I think they shot maybe compressed air into the engine and got it running.
Yeah.
Like at full tilt, just using compressed air.
And the vortex from the ether makes a natural. I don't know the exact word.
It'll probably make cold or heat or water.
Yeah. Right, Matty. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Practical. He. The best thing would be if the flat earth girl would be live with us, because she knows English much more than me.
Okay. Well, next time, send her a link.
Yeah. She has the link.
Okay.
All good.
Karina.
Yeah.
Karina.
Corina.
Karina.
Yeah, she's a good one.
Well, good. I'm happy for you. It's good to find some people that are on your level. I mean, if it's just for the fact that she knows about the Earth being flat, is a 1,000%, jump in just in life. You know what I mean? You could talk to her differently than you could speak to most other people, because she understands what you mean. She sees the lies. She knows where the deception. You know what I mean? So it's like I was trying to tell my brother. I told my brother this. I said, Robbie, like when you see a magician and they like they're doing their act, but you sneak behind stage before they go on and you watch them rehearse, and you see, oh, they're not cutting a woman in half. They're actually two women. There's one woman's like a little tiny girl, like a little gymnast. She fits into the box where the feet are, and the other girl, folds her legs like on her side, and she sits in the top box. So it looks like there's two people. I mean, it looks like there's one person being cut in half, but it's actually just two separate people. And like trap doors and hidden things, and just how a mirror could make the difference. It makes an optical illusion, so you think you're looking at something, but you're not. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it just, by putting a mirror somewhere, could change the way everything looks. And I was like, wow, like, just a simple mirror changes everything if it's in the right location. Like, you'll walk right past something, you won't even notice it if it's hidden by a mirror.
I know what you mean, Matty. Yeah.
I was thinking about making like a box to hide stuff for, like, like people they get a lot of their package stolen, like from when they get like a delivery from Amazon. I was thinking about like putting like a Mirage box, like you put it in the corner, and most people don't even see it, but the guy knows it's there, and he could like put it. So you know what I mean. So if you look, you don't see any packages at their door. They're hidden behind like a mirror in the corner of the doorway. I think that would work if it was done. It's cheap, and you can make mirrors out of plastic, you know.
And Martin, no, it's my iPhone. Martin always told me or told us that the iPhone or Samsung or any of the handies are black mirrors.
Yeah, they are. I mean, this thing here, it's a black mirror. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can see you in the black mirror right there.
Yeah.
No.
But they give you double flat arms. And the good thing is, Matty, flat arms is not from the Freemasons.
I didn't even know that. I had no idea. I was like, I thought you invented that. You know, like when flat thumbs first started, I was like, Manny's the first person I ever heard use flat thumbs.
No, and it was from Matty.
Okay, because it's on Martin's site, like, you know, it says FEB right here, you know.
Yeah, but that's his new logo.
That's his new logo. And I was looking at, you see the FE, and there's a little B at the end.
Yeah.
And I thought, I was like, oh, I was like, that Manny did that. Man, I think Manny like had a hand in that. But I don't know. I figured, you know, I'd ask you if I had a chance one day.
It's from Martin.
Yeah, and Martin was just on Alpha Vedic's podcast. It's a very big platform with Mike Winner and Dr. Barry Landau.
I don't know this.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I follow them on YouTube, but I only got a chance to watch maybe like a third of the video of him talking. You know what I mean? So I have to go back and review. I'll probably start from the beginning and just kind of listen. What I do is I'll grab a pair of headphones and, you know, just get to work doing whatever, you know, get to work working, and I'll just listen to I mostly listen to things. I don't know about you, but to you know, to a lot of times a lot of these videos, they might be 2-3 hours long, and to be stationary to, you know, to do that. Let me see. Can you see that alert on my phone? I hope it's not like I just don't want my wife to call and have it come up on a screen, and like, will it do that, Manny?
With your wife?
Yeah, like she's texting me right now, and she's like, so I don't know if it's coming up on this. Can you see it?
Sorry, bro. Where should I watch?
No, it was like, you know how like if you're talking to somebody and you get a text, it'll show up like on the top of your screen, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
Like my only concern was like if somebody like called me during our conversation, I didn't want their name and phone number to get out to the internet.
Yeah, sure.
Not that anybody would do anything, but you know, there's some weirdos out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Parasite.
Yeah, there's some very strange people in this world.
Yeah, you know? in this world, you said it correct.
You know, and like that McToon character. You follow Robot Polisher?
No, I don't know.
He makes these great shorts. They're only, you know, a minute, 2 minutes long, little segment, little vignettes of videos he puts together with music, and they're awesome. He's so talented. I mean,
Flat Earther?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Because his channel's called Robot Polisher, and he's incredible. Like, if I would recommend anybody to like just go to his channel on his YouTube, and just watch some of his, like, you know, hit, you know how you hit now, you just hit like most popular, like videos and just kind of go from there, like the most popular, most viewed, and like they're hysterical. And he posts some of a globies, like these real hardcore globies, and they're having like mental health issues. They're crying on screen. They're saying out loud that they're having an emotional breakdown. You know, they're like, you could see that like these people are in some form of physical and mental crisis
Yeah, we know this.
that's happening to them, you know? And it's like it's dangerous. And you know, he thinks that we're crazy, and we think that, I mean, I don't think he's crazy. I just think he needs to wake up and see, you know, like
That's
what's
true.
in
Yeah,
front of him,
and
you
I
know?
know every flat earther always wants to help the other side.
Right. And you know, like and like I said, me and my brother are going through this, and but he's my brother, and I love my brother, and I would, you know what I mean? Like I would take a bullet for my brother. He's my only brother.
I
But
also have one brother.
so you
Very good.
understand, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and he's
and
like my real brother. He's not a step brother. He's not a
yeah,
half brother. He's
he's also my real brother.
my real
His
brother.
name is Alex.
Alex, shout out to Alex. You know,
Shout out to Alex.
is he older or younger than you?
Younger.
Now, how does he feel about the flat Earth?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
But,
I know.
yeah, I know. I told him about this,
Right.
and he accepted the flat Earth, but he don't go to the public.
Right. So
Yeah.
okay, but well, at least he
knows.
he knows.
He's a flat earther.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're doing much better than I'm doing, because I'm like, maybe I'm just not a good communicator. But like, I'm like, like I'll text him something and he'll be like, that text is too long. Can you make it shorter? I'm like, just read it. It's only a paragraph, you know, like, he doesn't even want to read a text. I'm like, how can you learn something if you're not willing to read, you know what I mean? Like a little text message. It's not,
Yeah, sure.
it literally takes me less than 30 seconds to read the whole thing. But he's like, can you condense that down? And I'm like, wow, like I did. I was like, I saw behind the magician's curtain. I know how the trick works, you know? And there was some video that I wanted to bring up, which was really interesting. I wanted to talk about this one point. There was a couple points, but I was thinking, you know how they show the globe from, we'll say the ISS, right?
Yeah.
But the globe never spins. You never see it spinning, right? Now, they say that the globe spins at 1,000 miles an hour, roughly, at the equator, right? Which gives us, with the circumference of 24,000, blah, 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 so it spins one rotation per day.
Bullshit.
That's what they say, everything just happens to be just so magical,
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you see NASA recently admitted that the moon is in our own atmosphere?
I have seen it, yeah, but we know it because yeah, I have films and videos from planes where people from the plane film the moon, and you can see the horizon line behind the moon. So
right,
yeah, also with the sun, Matty.
Right, the sun is right there. It's local.
They are close and local. Yeah.
Yeah, last night I was doing like a little scientific experiment in my kitchen with a flashlight, because I was looking at my wife sent me a picture from an airplane. She was going to Houston, and she was flying across the Gulf of Mexico, and I was looking at the satellite radar, and there was a storm, and I texted her. I said, if you look out of the left side of the plane, like the driver's side of the plane, you should see like a gigantic storm out there. And she sent me these beautiful pictures, and you could see the sun, and it was like sandwiched in between the clouds, you know?
Yeah, we have a question in the
Okay,
chat.
I see. You guys know.
Your English is better, Matty. Please read it.
It's very small. Do you guys know you can read the sun? Would you believe Tartaria is written on the sun? I don't know. And the word yolk, like an egg yolk, and the year 326, it's an egg. The guy's saying the sun is an egg, but with a giant golden yolk. I think he's yoking my chain.
I only can tell everyone of us, research Yahuwah, research Dead Sea Scrolls Yahuwah.
Right?
Then you will find out everything.
Yeah.
And then you know that Yahusha is not a joke. Yahusha is the son of Yahuwah.
Like the son of sons, you know.
And
you know who says that a lot? You know, Austin Whitsitt.
Yeah, sure.
Austin talks oftenly about Yah, you know.
Hey, Alex is here.
Oh, no way.
Holy shit. Alex?
Yo, what up?
What's up? What's up?
Holy shit, bro.
What's up?
Much love.
How's it going, man? How's it going? Nice to meet you, Matty. How's it going, man?
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I like your shirt,
Alex.
Oh,
right?
It goes with the territory, man. You know, you got every flat earther's got to have at least one of these t-shirts in their arsenal, man.
You're right. I have to get one. I got to get the
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, right?
Cheers.
Right?
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Alex.
Down the hatch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that you guys are drinking what I'm drinking, but that's another story.
You might be.
No problem, bro.
I'm a day drinker.
Well, here's the funny. I just did a fast. Like I quite like. I don't enjoy fasting, but I see it as a necessary health protocol. And I just did 6 days of fasting, and I just came off my fast today. And I thought, you know what? It's so tough to do a fast. It's like the first 3 days are so fucking tough, man. Like all I'm thinking about is food, and it's a real test of strength, like test of mental and physical strength.
Absolutely.
And today, I thought, fuck it, I'm going to celebrate and have a little cognac. So actually, this is brandy, not cognac.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
yeah.
No, so I thought I'd celebrate and have a little drink. Yeah, man.
Some yak.
Give myself a little pat on the back, you know.
Right, with some cognac.
Yeah, man.
That's too strong for me. I can't drink it. I like gin. I'm a gin guy, which ironically, I only got into gin about a year ago. Like, okay. I like vodka and like whatever. You can mix it whatever. I'm easy to deal with, you know.
Yeah, I've just been getting into vodkas, but gin kind of scares me a little bit. In the UK, we call gin mother's ruin. I don't know if you know that. It's basically the drink that mothers would go to when things were getting stressful, and they would drink too much and become sort of, you know, almost demonic in a way, but they would change their personality. They would call it mother's ruin because it kind of ruined mothers. And the word jinn kind of scares me a little bit because jinn, you know, in the Middle East means demon or whatever, right. or you know. So jinn, I'm a little bit
DJINN with the
exactly. Yeah. So gin, I'm a little bit skeptical about. See, I'm not anti. The most truthers are like anti-alcohol, alcohol bad all the time. I'm not. I'm like, it's your choice of alcohol. If you're drinking beers, which is filled with wheat and glyphosate, and there's more pesticides found in beer than in any other fucking alcoholic drink. If you're drinking beers and cheap shitty wines, then you're going to be putting in toxic stuff. But I think if your choice of alcohol, like really good quality vodkas and really good quality cognacs that have been distilled 3 times, and cognac is basically just grapes that have been fermented. It's just fermented grape juice that's been distilled several times. So how can you tell me that natural process is toxic?
Right.
You know, I in the last 12 years, and I'm quite a drinker as well. Like, I'm quite proud of it, actually. And I've been drinking quite heavily that sort of stuff for many years. And I've been sick one day in 12 years. So for anyone going, alcohol's bad, you shouldn't drink it, it's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Right.
It's your choice of alcohol is my point there.
Well, you know,
Wait, Shelley. I have seen Shelley in the background, Alex.
She's floating around. Give us a wave.
floating around, right? You have a ghost in the house. There's a ghost in the machine.
Yeah, she's
Flat thumbs, Shelley. Flat thumbs, Shelley.
flat thumbs. You'd have to do that.
I think she used different fingers.
Yeah. She is kind of like that sometimes. To be honest, once a month.
My wife, bro. So's mine.
Yeah, it goes with the territory, man. It goes. How you getting on with Karina, Manny?
Yeah, good. Her telephone is broken. Her Black Mirror is broken. She need a new telephone, and we are in contact every day. She is very, very lovely, and no stress. You know, it's
wonderful.
only. I don't know how I should say it to you, Alex.
Well, no, you don't need to say any more, really. You know, I wish you the best. She seems like a very lovely girl, and you know, having someone in your life, a female presence, be it a relationship or whatever, just having a female presence, a female energy in your life, someone who's conscious of what's going on is very important. So the best of luck with that, man.
Amen.
Alex, thank you, Alex. Alex, she is my best friend. She's my best friend now, and that's enough for the
absolutely. You should treasure that. You absolutely treasure that, man. Yeah. I mean, when I moved to Spain 10 years ago, not knowing anybody, and you know, being sort of awake and aware or whatever you want to put on it, it's quite tough when you move to a new country and there's no one around you that speaks the same language. You know, not just the conscious language, but you know, the actual local language. You know, my language or whatever. Right. So trying to find conscious people around me has been a bit of a tough one. But in the last 10 years, I now have this circle of friends. It's about 6 or 7 really good friends, you know, and it's happened very slowly and very gradually. But now I'm very, very blessed to have this circle of friends around me. And it happened, you know, because when you change your consciousness, you attract what you are, albeit slowly but surely. So now I have this circle of friends that I'm really grateful for. And, you know, we meet up every couple of weeks, and I just have a different life now. When you have a different consciousness, you just, you know, you get rid of the old life. Like my old family and friends have gone, they've disappeared. And I'm happy, you know, that I'm the black sheep of the family, and I've been sort of, you know,
me too,
ostracized, you know, because it makes way for a whole new group of people.
Right. Alex and Matty, I never told you this live, but it was very cool. I was on the way to the spring water in the wood, and then I found Corinna, and she watched me in the eyes, and I watched her in the eyes, and I told her at the first time we saw us, the earth is flat.
Right off the bat?
Yeah, the first thing
you said, right? Just throw it right out there.
It's probably best to start. I mean,
start with that,
why not?
No, why not?
Right. Now she is the flat earth girl.
Oh, that's
Alex,
right.
You know this.
We need more of those, you know. Yeah.
You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid of this type. The good thing is now that I think humanity is at a conscious level that we can actually have the conversation. Like 8-10 years ago, if you spoke about flat earth, people would think you're fucking absolutely crazy. But now it's actually a topic that people have at least heard of.
Right.
You know, whether you completely dismiss it as completely, but at least now people know it's a thing. So I think that's progress. You know, I think that's great. And going straight off the bat like that, the earth is flat. I mean, great. I mean, I choose my my audience a little bit careful. Other than that, I try to sort of see where someone's at, and I throw in a little seed. And instead of saying pandemic, I might say plandemic, and see if they pick up on it.
Right.
And if they go, oh, you said plan, do you know what I mean? Just weave my way in a little bit there.
Vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go straight. Oh, by the way, the earth is, because I've ruined conversations by doing that. I've alienated people. I brought it up at the dinner table at Christmas one day. That didn't go too well.
Right. It never goes well. Right.
No. So
always opposition at the dinner table, man.
Yeah.
Alex, your family is in UK, right?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. That's why I'm in Spain.
Yeah.
Well, you did say the black sheep.
I also don't go to the Christmas bullshit.
No, me too. I'm very passionate about Christmas, but not in the way most people are. I'm passionate that I understand that it's a cult, and these people that celebrate Christmas and they're not even Christians because they do it just because they're programmed to do so. It's insanity to me, absolute insanity. I mean, if I was to celebrate Diwali, and I'm not a Hindu, people would think you're fucking mental. Or if I was to fast for Ramadan, people would go, "You're fucking. Why are you doing that? You're not Hindu. You're not Islam. Well, why are you celebrating Christmas when you're not even a Christian? It just makes no sense to me." So I'm passionate about Christmas, but I'm dead against it because to me it's a cult. I mean, people use it as an excuse to get together with family and friends. Fine, right? But why use Christmas as an excuse to get together with family and friends? Can't you do that any other time of the year?
Right. And don't forget about the presents and the money being spent.
Oh, bro, it drives me insane. The commercialism,
commercialism.
And people are forced into buying presents for family members, which they can't afford, which puts them then into a financial difficult situation in January. Well, that's why the people are so stressed in January because they have no money and they can't afford this and they can't. It's actually like a big mass poisoning event as well because people overindulge sweets and cakes and liquor and blah blah blah, and they feel like shit. And then in January they have this massive detox and they're in bed for a week. It's a massive cult.
It is.
It just drives me insane that people can't see it. And of course, when I vocalize my opinions, I'm the bar humbug, miserable bastard.
Right.
But if I see I'm not speaking the same because they haven't done the research. They haven't, they're not on the same. So that Christmas time is a bit tough for me because I get invited to Christmas parties. And and most of the time I'll decline because I know there's going to be a Christmas tree there. There's going to be decorations. There's going to be Christmas songs playing on the CD player, and I'm like, this is the fucking my idea of a nightmare.
Right. I mean, but you, on the other hand, Alex, you have the gift of music. Like I was just watching. I've never heard this guy before. His name is Steve Falconer. I know you know him because I watched you and him do this beautiful song together on guitar.
Yeah.
And you were harmonizing and just hitting the mark. And like I was like, how the hell did they remember these lyrics? How long did it take them to practice this?
Well, I'll let you into a little secret there. That was Steve's song. He sent it to me like a couple of weeks before he was due to come over. He lives in Denmark and I live in Spain. So he sent it to me a couple of weeks before he came over. He said, "This is a demo I wrote." And I was like, "Dude, that's brilliant. We've got to do that." And because there's quite a lot of lyrics to that song. That's a good Christmas song.
It's a good song, though.
I think it's a good song. Yeah, Steve's a really good songwriter. And the good news, he's coming over again in a few weeks and we're going to do another one. But for the lyrics for that song, we actually had to have a television screen in front of us with all the lyrics. You can't see it on the video, but there is. There's a prompt there. They call it a confidence monitor. So, and a lot of there's a lot of musicians that will use a confidence monitor, particularly if your song's got a lot of lyrics in it, because you're trying to sing it, you're trying to figure out all the chords, and remember that it's quite a task to remember all the lyrics.
Yeah. So if anybody hasn't tried to play music, I would suggest trying to just sing like a simple song, like a children's nursery rhyme, and tap trying to drum on your legs, you know what I mean, to the beat, and you'll find out you can't hit the beat. Yeah, even and it's tough, or to just kind of do like this with your fingers, so you know what I mean, and talk at the same time is, you know what I mean? It's a difficult thing to do.
It's really good because you're doing one thing with one hand, you're doing the strumming pattern with your other hand. You're trying to remember the lyrics. You're trying to get, and it's like a drummer. I'm always very impressed with drummers because they're doing things with 4 limbs. So they're doing 4 different patterns with 4 different limbs.
Yeah,
you're like,
incredible.
This is why you very rarely see drummers sing, because to do that in all
Right.
these different, to try and remember it's tough, So
Phil Collins, that's the only one I know.
Phil Collins, but
And Rush, I think. No, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might get. Yeah, it's very rare. It's very rare.
Very rare. Right.
We did have a confidence monitor for that particular song, and we'll probably do it again for our next song, which we're just writing at the moment. It's a song all about censorship, and that's got a lot of lyrics in it as well. So we might have our little prompt there. So if we you go, oh fuck, what's the next chord? What's the next lyric? You can just look up and go and then you do it all in very quick, real time. But yeah, it's not easy playing and singing, and it's particularly if there's a difficult chord pattern, and every finger has to be millimeter perfect. It's like
right. And I could tell you as a spectator, you guys nailed it. It looked so perfect. It looked flawless. I'm thinking like, how many times they, because the words are complex and they even rhyme, and you know what I mean, and like the chord structure and the hook, and I'm like, how the hell do these guys do that? They don't even. I know he lives in Holland. I know you live in Spain somewhere. Yeah. I'm like, how did they eat? But now, you explained that he sent it to you. You had some time to work on it. Plus,
exactly. And when he came here as well, he came here for 4 days, and we spent like a good day or two just rehearsing, just going over and over the songs until it was part of our DNA, really. Until we both knew it so well that we could just, almost do it off by heart. But we did have that lyrical prompt. But yeah, it's just practice and practice and practice and practice. That's what makes good at the end of the day.
I know. I noticed one thing. I watched the video like 3 times, and I noticed that Steve like moves his leg to the beat of the music, like he boom boom, like a lot of musicians do. But some musicians don't. Some musicians they don't bounce their knee. You know what I mean? They don't pump their foot to the beat of the music. They just play. Mm. And my cousin, who's a musician, said she's like, I don't do that. Like she's like, some musicians I work with, they do use their foot as a rhythm tool.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it looked like you didn't, but I could clearly see Steve doing it. Yeah,
I do that a lot. It's almost like an internal metronome in a way. I do, right. And I guess it depends on the vibe of the song, particularly if it's more upbeat and it's kind of the song that makes you want to move. Like doing something classical, for instance, you're not going to do something foot tappy to that. I guess it depends on the vibe of the song, but I definitely am a foot tapper. I don't know if I did it in that video. I'll have to.
Your legs look still to me. They look still.
For me too, Alex.
Say again, Manny.
For me, you are always level.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm very critical of my own. I mean, I think most musicians are. I mean, I could go back and listen to that song and pick up things that I'm not happy with, which most people, like 99% of people, will never notice. But I'm very particular, and I'll be like, oh, I didn't quite hit that, or I could hear there's a mistake there, but no one else would hear it. But you're always striving to be better and make there's always pressure for the next song to be better, and I don't know. I like it because it challenges me, as a musician. I like that, in a way. I like
you're very talented, bro. You're very talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What is your favorite song, Alex, from you?
That's like asking me what's my favorite cat or what's my favorite child. It's impossible because they're all my babies. They were all born.
I know, Alex. But Satellite Hooks, the live version, is for me it's the best. Also for Corinna, right? And Crow 777.
Oh,
I do like that. We
talked about that earlier. The Crow 777. I just found out this week that you were the one who wrote the intro to Crow 777. I thought Jason Lindgren did it.
No. Well, Jason Lindgren did it initially. But there was, I think, a few people were pointing out a few bum notes in it, and I listened, and there were a few bum notes in it. And they wanted to do I don't know. They wanted to do I think actually they didn't ask me. I think I offered. I said because they were saying. I think they mentioned to me, oh, there's a couple of bum notes. I said, hey, do you want me to? I'm happy to do. Because they gave me the platform to go on there and talk about my music. I said, so in return, I said, do you want me to do an intro song for you? And I said, yeah, great. And I really put my heart and soul into it, you know, and we made it, and it's now become sort of iconic in a way. They were going to change it to some classical piece of music, and I was like,
my God,
that's a good idea. But
you knocked it out of the park with that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a violin piece in there that I just use samples. I don't play the violin, but all the other instruments I played on that. And I, you know, like with everything, I obsess over it. I make sure I have to fall in love with it before it leaves the studio. Why? I can't. If I think something's okay, I'm like, I can't. If I just think it's shit, I have to love it. I have to think, fuck, this is brilliant, and that's when it goes, you know. But it's all subjective. Like for Manny, like Satellite Oaks, the acoustic version he loves that, right? But for other people, like nobody likes that song. No one's bought that album. Nobody views it on YouTube. But for Manny, that's why it's all subjective. For me, you know, I might, you know, I've got a couple of favorites, which I think, I don't even know if I've got a couple of favorites, but it just depends on the person at the end of the day, you know.
Well, I liked when you were doing like the American country, like I thought originally, I'm like, oh, this dude's from like Kentucky or Tennessee. Like you're so good at mimicking other sounds. I'm like, this guy's British. He has a British accent. Like it blew my mind.
It's strange. A lot of people thought that way because I went to the Denver conference in the Flat Earth conference in Denver in 2018, I think it was. And all of the people that I was talking to, they were like, shit, you're British? We honestly thought you was from Texas or somewhere like that. I mean, my intention was not to deceive. You know, I didn't set out to deceive. It was just like a voice. I thought it was a more comfortable way for me to get across the message, like in a comedic kind of way. You know, so I kind of put all the voice on the head and started talking like that. And before I knew, I wrote a country, and people just thought it was a genuine American guy from the South, and it was just. It works.
That's iconic
really
as well.
Works, you know?
That is an iconic thing as well. Like you have literally raised the bar, man.
Cheers, man.
Clink.
Clink. Look at that lovely brandy. Yeah, I mean, no one had ever really done that sort of stuff before. No one had really presented conspiracy stuff in a satirical, comedic sort of way, I don't think. And when you remove that comedic layer, you can see there's incredible truths there. If you're able to remove that satirical, most people just see it as just a country song. He can't be serious. That must be just that's satire, blah, blah, blah. He's not serious. He's just messing around. But of course, people with eyes to see can understand that there's a hell of a lot of truth there, and it can actually be used as a teaching tool. Yeah, and many mothers do use it as a teaching tool for their kids. So, and I didn't realize the impact it would have. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just thought, oh, fuck it. I'll just put on a funny voice and hide behind the character because I'm not really comfortable talking about flat earthers myself. Let's hide behind the character. And then people go, oh, let's do another song, do another one, encore. So I did another one, then another one. And before I knew it, I had an album. It's like called Flat Earth Man doing this voice.
Right.
You know. And then after that,
you nailed the voice. You totally nailed it.
It must be because I watched too much American television as a kid or something. I don't know, but I am quite good at voices. You know, I can do a rock voice or a reggae voice, or I do impressions and that sort of stuff. So I'm always of the opinion, why should one artist always sound the same? Why it's so like, why should I be pigeonholed into like this little tiny, you can only do country songs, you can only do R&B songs, you can only do rock. I want to fucking do it all, man. I want to like try and lend my talents wherever it goes, you know, so people can see the scope of what I'm able to do. But just, you know, that idea of being pigeonholed, like just like you're a rock artist. Well, if you're an artist, you should be artistically exploring every genre, in my opinion. But of course, the record labels don't allow artists to do that. You have to be a country singer. You have to be. But because I'm not signed to any record label, I have the freedom, you know, to do whatever the fuck I want. I mean, it's the worst business decision I've ever made. Don't get me wrong, but at least I have the freedom to do what I want.
Yeah. What's the price of freedom?
Right.
Yeah.
And we talked about this, Alex, with Sean Hibbler.
Yeah.
With Sean.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty tough to try and make a living out of doing what I'm doing, even though I've like almost 80,000 subscribers on YouTube. That channel is so fucked now. It's so, you know, shadow banned, and Facebook as well even sent me an email saying we're limiting your audience. They literally admitted shadow banning me. So it's really tough, you know, to sell music, you know, particularly when you give it away for free on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a fool to myself, really, because I just give all my stuff away for free. So it's not the best decision business-wise I've ever made. But, you know, I'm driven by truth, not money. I mean, it's nice to make money. Don't get me wrong. I can spend it. I've got bills just like everybody else, you know. I've got bills to pay. So it would be nice to make some money. So, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. My audience is growing slowly, but the censorship is also growing slowly, which makes it very fucking frustrating. But, you know, what do you do? But
just keep plugging on. You're doing the right thing. I mean, you're really, I think this whole market is yours for the taking. And you have the freedom as an artist to do what you want. You don't have a record label guy screaming down your neck, sending you shitty emails, telling you not to do this, not to do that. Like, you're your own man that can do.
Totally. The freedom that comes with it is priceless. Absolutely priceless. But my frustrations are just with the shadow banning and the censorship and everything. It's like I'm seeing it every now with every platform that I'm on now. It's just like an absolute fuck. I mean, I should really. I mean, I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I should have millions of subscribers.
You should.
With the effort that I put into it. I'm a one-man band. I do all the fucking instruments. I do all the mixing, the mastering. I design the website. I design the album covers. I do everything. No, I don't outsource anything. But then you've got guys like, you know, Tom McDonald, who I really like the lyrics of what he's doing. But I don't think he's producing his own music. He's got help all over the place. He's getting tens of millions of views. So I'm like, have I got to make a fucking rap music video to get? I mean, I just don't understand how he's getting that kind of exposure. How the fuck do I get that kind of exposure? I honestly don't know.
I just thought of something, Alex. You need to make a rap.
Well, I could definitely do a satirical, you know, a comedic
rap, man.
But I guarantee you, if I did, and it was absolute fire, and the lyrics were brilliant, and the video was really fun, and I put it on YouTube, it would get 30,000 views, you know. But Tom McDonald's get 10, 20 million views. What's going on there?
All right, let me ask you a question. When you see that you got 30,000 views, do you really think that you only got 30,000 views, or do you think you got 60, 120,000 views, and they're just not telling you?
No, I think it's 30,000 views. I probably think it's less because I know how. Because if I really was actually getting 100,000 views, then I would actually be getting some album sales and record sales. Because all my links are in the description to my all my social media, where my albums are, and where they can buy the music.
Alex.
Huh?
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah. So and I see it when I get a big spike, like someone will share something on Twitter about me, and that gets 100,000 views on Twitter. Like recently, someone shared a post about my True Solfeggio album. It had 100,000 views, and that day sales were coming in like all day. I was like, brilliant, we've had a really good day's sales because of one post on Twitter. But on YouTube, it's saying 30,000 views. And I'm getting no album sales. So I probably think it's the other way around. It probably is saying I've got 30,000 views, but actually I'm only limited to 10,000. And the comment section as well is kind of sparse. You're like, I'm so suspicious of YouTube. Like, my community thread is absolutely throttled there as well. People get unsubscribed. They don't get notifications. Their likes disappear.
That's happening.
That's
happening.
Alex. You know, I have 10 YouTube channels. You know this.
Jesus. You're like a mini mogul.
We don't need Jesus. And before I start, the Flat Earth girl, Corinna, want to go live with you first, Alex, if it's okay for you.
But she wants to come in now?
No, she don't jump in now. But when we go live the next time, maybe... Do you have a phone number, or we have our email address? Forget that. But Corinna want to go live with you at the first time. Santos already.
Let me know when, and because what I don't like doing,
maybe next weekend.
Yeah, what I don't like doing, and this is no disrespect to anybody, what I don't like doing is saying yes, I will come on and making an appointment, because sometimes on that day that I've made the appointment, something might come up, or I might just not be in the mood for it. So it's kind of.
I know. When we have the highest energy, like today.
Yeah, it does depend on my energy, because I'm a creative guy, and creative people sometimes are very high, and sometimes they're very low. I'm actually in a really good mood today. It's been a really good day, and that's why I thought I'd jump on, because I'm in good energy. Yeah. But sometimes when I've committed to an interview, Alex, and the day comes around and I have to do the interview. I'm like, why do I feel like shit today? And I do it, and I hate doing it because I'm in a shit mood, you know. So I don't like
Alex,
committing.
I understand you. I only want to say she loves you very much, and you know
that's
this.
sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. So
okay, well, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, if we can do it, perhaps in the afternoon sometime, because I have much better energy in the afternoon. In the evening, I'm like, fucking, I get tired,
It's very cool. I was a little bit of this to cancel this live, but now I see you, Alex.
Well, I'm glad I made your day. Cheers.
Made my day too, Alex. I always wanted to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Matty. Thanks for saying that, bro. I appreciate that.
I really appreciate you, man. I think you're a genius. And I don't say the word genius.
You're the best, Alex. You're the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't just hand that out to everybody, bro. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm trying my best to contribute to a movement, if you want to call it that. So I can leave this apartment, in a better state than when I first rented it. I want to leave behind evidence that I was here. I want to try and do the right thing musically. That's the way I communicate with the world, through music. Like, I don't like doing interviews. I don't like going on shows. I fucking hate doing that. I hate being asked questions. So I like to just, my way of communicating is to put it into a song. If me trying to be articulate on an interview is really tough for me. I feel like I'm actually in a job interview, and it's like I feel pressure. But when I'm left alone with my thoughts, I can actually be quite articulate, and then I can write a song, and that's how I want to put it out to the world. And I would rather hide behind the music and let the music do the talking. But of course, a lot of people want to talk to the man behind the music, and that's when it gets a little bit irritating,
Yeah, sure it does. And I wanted to touch back when you were talking about you just got done fasting. I wanted to just ask you, do you drink water, right?
Yeah, just water.
Just water. That's it.
Well, I also take cell salts as well.
Okay.
And I drink sort of salted water as well, because what I found in previous fasts, I wasn't doing that. And my energy levels in the afternoon just dipped and I couldn't do anything. I was just sofa bound. But this time I was taking a lot of cell salts and drinking salted water as well. And I found my energy levels were much higher. I was able to do stuff instead of just being sort of couch low. So yeah, so as long as you put them electrolytes in, you'll still have the energy.
Because I feel the same way. I'm like, I eat once a day. I eat at it's like 9-10 o'clock at night.
Right.
So I don't eat anything from when I wake up till 10 o'clock at night. I've been like this my whole life. My brother's the same way. We're just built that way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, when we're with family, we have people over, they're out making breakfast and, you know what I mean, gobs of eggs and sausage and cheese. And they're like, how do you not eat? I'm like, I'm just not hungry. I eat when I'm hungry. It's just that simple. I don't eat when I'm not hungry.
It's funny because when you do a fast, the first 3 days, you're absolutely starving. And it's really hard. The cravings are just like intense. But on day 4 and day 5, your body's become used to not eating. And on days 4, 5, 6, 7, I've actually gone 13 days before not eating, or just water for 13 days. And then you get to days 5 and you're just not hungry. You just don't feel like eating. It's really fucking weird. So when you train your body, like eating once a day is brilliant. I think everybody should eat once a day, or even like once every couple of days, really, if you could do that. And you get your body used to that, then your body's not like continually working to break down all that stuff you've been, and that's why people, when they eat a Christmas dinner, for instance, they like couch locked. They're like that for hours and sleep because their body's working so hard. And so, so getting used to just not eating, I think is really beneficial for health, I think. Yeah,
I want to do a cleanse, and I was just talking to my wife about this. I was saying, what? Why don't I, how people do like colonics and they try to clean out from the bottom. And I was watching some gentleman, he was a doctor, and he said, you really should try to attack it from the top, like drink like salt water, basically. Like salt water, like saline is a laxative, basically. So, but too much is too bad, but too little, so you, like you were saying about, keep your electrolytes going.
Yeah.
And getting over that 3-day hump. And the fact that I was like, man, like, how do you even fast and smell food in your own house? Like, say your wife's cooking, like, does that drive you? You have to go outside. You know?
It's tough. It's like I say, it's a test of mental strength as well. Because I'll open the fridge to grab my water, to take a drink of water, and I see the fridge full of food.
Full of food.
You're like, oh, for fuck's sake! You see the cheese and you see all the stuff in there you like. You know, you're like, so it's really a test of willpower, and I like challenging myself like that.
Me too.
But, I mean, talking about you know, doing colonics and that. Me and my wife, we do regular enemas, and I know that's going to scare the shit out of people, but my wife has purged, if we want to use that word, purged so much toxicity from her body by doing regular enemas. Yeah. She purged hundreds and hundreds of gallstones by doing an enema. By doing an enema, she's purged like so much candida and fungus and whatever you want to call it.
Whatever's in there.
Doing enemas. Now, people that don't do enemas, I mean, enemas for me is a cancer cure if you use the Gerson method as an example.
Of course. Yeah, that's a cancer.
So I think they're essential, really. I know it's not a pleasant thing for people to sort of envisage, but you know, but my God, the stuff that you can purge by doing it. Had she had not done the enemas, those gallstones would still be there.
Still be inside her.
She'd be going to the hospital. She'd be having a gallbladder removed.
She'd be on a surgeon's table being cut open.
Right.
You don't want your wife being cut open.
No, not if I can help it. If anyone's going to cut her, it's going to be me.
Right. That's right. That's your privilege and your privilege only. You know?
But I'm just saying, I am a fan of the enema. You know, I've purged some stuff. I mean, I'm eating now. My wife's eating, and we shouldn't really be talking about this. But yeah, I think they're essential. I mean, a lot of the alternative, you know, doctors that I follow, you know, they rave about them. And once you get over your first one or two, it's actually, you know, it's not that, you know, horrific
I'm not scared of it. You know, it doesn't scare me. I'm like, I look, like you say, I look at the value that I would receive from it. You know, like just getting that shit out of my system, cleaning out and like going like, that was in my body, you know?
Exactly. You'd be surprised at what comes out. I mean,
my sister did it and she had her mind blown. She had a tapeworm, dude. She went to India and she lived in an ashram for a little while. She was backpacking through India and she got, like everybody does, she got a tapeworm.
Right.
And she, you know, cleansed out and she told me, she's like, Matty, man, this thing was like a damn anaconda in the toilet.
Wow.
This is before iPhones, Alex.
Yeah, my wife, she's had big fucking worms like that coming out of her. It's just like astonishing what you can get out. It's astonishing what you can get out by doing this. I've even taken it to the next level. I bought myself an inversion table because I had a bad back. I had sciatica. Yeah. So you get this table and you go almost upside down like that.
Yeah, I
do the enema and then I get on the inversion table. So the coffee gets right to the top of my colon and everything.
Let gravity just suck it into your body.
Exactly. Get it all around the colon and that. So yeah, I'm doing like enema XL.
That's brilliant. Inversion table. And dude, I'm going to start a business. I'm leaving right now. Bye. Upside down enemas. Boom.
Enematable.com.
Right? 0G enema. Come on, NASA sponsored enemas.
Gravity enemas.
Gravity enemas. We'll go up on that, you know the airplane that does the parabolic arches?
Yeah.
Do them up in that thing.
Oh, can you imagine the mess?
Well, they call it the vomit comet. I can imagine what they call it after that. You know, the shitty Starliner.
The shit pit.
Right, the shit pit, man.
My wife just said, "I'm really enjoying my dinner."
Right. Sorry.
Shalom.
Apologies.
Oh, you're all right.
Shalom.
Sure. What's that?
Nice.
Gleason's. Is that a Gleason's like tablecloth?
Yeah.
Nice.
I sleep on this, Alex.
Nice, mate.
Where'd you get that, man? Where'd you get that, man?
The biggest Gleason map you will ever see.
Where do you get that on Amazon?
No, you have to print it for yourself.
Shit. Okay.
But I can send you the Gleason map.
So I'm such a Luddite when it comes to computer. I don't even have a computer. I have an iPad and an iPhone, and that's the extent of my computer know-how. You know,
it's a kuscheldecke. Do you know a kuscheldecke, Alex?
no.
Very, very flat, like your girl, you know, very lovely. Kuscheldecke.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's all right, I suppose. She'll do.
She'll do, right? She'll do.
Yeah. And Alex, I also want to thank you that I can use your music. You know this, I told you this every time. And maybe we will get Shelley the next time. Shelley.
What to make you want her to sing?
No.
Thank God. It's fucking terrible.
Shelley Lewis. Shelley Lewis.
Oh, Shelley Lewis. Ah, I thought you meant my Shelley. Ah.
No.
Okay. Thank you. I was confused for a minute. I was like, is Alex married to Shelley Lewis? Like,
no, but Shelley
three.
also. Shelley makes a new Flatlanders.
Yeah, it's a great series, Flatlanders.
I saw
Yeah.
it. He was out in the freezing cold doing laser tests, right?
She's very committed. I definitely admire her. I admire her and respect her, you know, because you know, she's out there doing the work and she's put together an incredible documentary. Unfortunately for her, you know, no one's really going to see. I think it's only available on Rockfin or I'm not sure, but
yeah, Rockfin. She's getting paid for that.
Yeah. I watched it. And she was in the military.
Yeah, she went to High Point, I think.
She went to West Point. Yeah, West Point.
West Point.
Yeah, and like you have to get a letter from your congressman to get into West Point. You just can't walk up and knock on the door. Like you have to have your bona fides with you. You know, so she knew some people that would vouch for her. That's the type of person she is.
Oh, well, she must be a shield then. She must be a shield.
Must be, right?
Yeah.
No, she's a good girl. I really like her. She's always been very respectful to me. And
me too. She's always been a sweetheart.
Welcome.
Yeah.
The welcome.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, that's a good word. She's a sweetheart.
Worked with the railgun.
Yeah, right. The railgun. I would love one of those.
The railgun, Alex.
Yeah.
The railgun is the most powerful gun.
It's got like 100-mile range or something on it, isn't it?
Yeah, it proves the flat earth.
Yeah, right. Like yeah, totally. Slam dunk, really, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a slam dunk, right?
Railgun.
And I remember earlier I was talking to you, Manny, about Owen Benjamin.
Alex knows a lot of.
Alex, you know Owen, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know him personally.
No, but like I don't know him personally either. But like I'm a fan of his work. He's an incredible pianist, and he's hysterical. And
totally.
And he was, what the hell was he talking about? I lost my train of thought, but Owen was doing something. I wanted to bring it up. I just totally lost my train of thought. I apologize.
I like that he's so unapologetic. I like his views on many things. I mean, everything is like, you know, you're not going to agree 100%.
Right, of course.
He says, but you know, I like the way he thinks about, you know, comedy. Everything should be fair game. You know, people getting offended by words. Yeah, right. That to me is insane. How you should we should be able to take the piss out of black people. Black people should be able to take the piss out of us. We should be able to make fun of anybody. It should be all fair game. This idea that words can offend.
Alex, it used to be like that.
It used to be, absolutely.
When I was growing up, the comedy was like, if you watch old Richard Pryor, like roasts, there are some roasts where he literally calls out Paul Mooney, the great Paul Mooney, for being gay. Now, this is like in the 80s. And he called him, he said, oh, you know, he's like, he's on the podium and he's, you know, and he's talking. He said, oh, and the great Paul Mooney's here, or as we like to call him around here, Miss Thing, you know, like, and like he just started busting out laughing. So it was so funny just to watch the ice being broken through comedy.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the best comedy is truthful comedy.
Yeah.
Because we all have been through it. We get it. We understand what you know what I mean? We get the joke, you know.
It's making fun of the madness in the world. If you can't present something and go, this is fucking crazy. If you can't say, like, you know, men thinking they're women is fucking crazy. If you can't say that, you know, it's like people being offended by the word tranny. But why? Because I saw a comedy sketch with a guy addressing this point exactly, and he's right. He said we shorten everything. If you're an Australian, you're an Aussie. If you're a grandmother, you're a granny. If you're a transgender, you're a tranny. Like, why is that offensive? But of course, the liberal left will go fucking crazy. It's this politically correct, you know, if I'm offended, it can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. I want to be free to say whatever I want, which is one of the reasons I released Space Cunt. I don't know if you've seen that video, Space Cunt, I used to watch it. It's me being very foul-mouthed. I'm going to say this whether I offend people or not. You know, type in Space Cunt Conspiracy Music Guru. It's a Tom Jones parody. It's very funny, and I'm calling out Neil deGrasse Tyson and Brian Cox and every space cunt that you can think of. Right. And I was unapologetically sort of vocal about it, you know, and I'm using the words cunt. And I know that's so offensive to so many people, but I'm at the point now where I don't care. I'm sick of this fucking, you know, don't say that. I'm sick of this gag being put over my mouth, you know, being told what I can and can't say. So I think I have to be unapologetically me and be working class. And sometimes I swear, what's fucking wrong with that?
Right. Nothing. Sometimes you need to just, you know what I mean? Like the words don't have the same, you know, connotation if you don't use like a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree.
Like, say, look, this is fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like,
when you see a massive building, like, you don't go, oh my god, that's humongous.
Right.
That's
holy
shit. It's fucking huge,
that's
man.
Fucking enormous, right?
It gives it more power, doesn't it?
Right.
Like,
it gives it more oomph. Right. It gives you oomph. The oomph factor.
Absolutely. And I'm sick of people getting offended by this. You know, they're just words at the end. And I don't think, for instance, I don't think there are good and bad words. I think there's good intent and bad intent. Like hate is probably like the worst, the most negative word. And people say you can't use the word hate, but you can use hate in a positive context. You could say, I could never hate you, brother. I could never hate you. But that's usually it's behind it. We can use fuck in a positive way. And the black community will use nigger in a positive way. Hey, that's my nigger, man. That's my nigger. I love this nigger.
Boy. Right.
It's all about the intent. It's not about the word. It's the intent.
That's what I was.
That's true, Alex.
What I was going to say about Owen Benjamin was what he really bangs on is the intention behind the word.
Absolutely.
And that's what, thank you for reminding me. Like, because that's one of his things. He said it's the intention. If you intend to call somebody something, you know what I mean? Like, you mean it. It's mean. It hurts their feelings. But if you say it in a loving, jovial, friend way, it totally is different. You know what I mean? Like you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally. Like in Australia, they will use the word cunt in a positive
all
context.
the time.
Oh, this is my mate. He's a lovely cunt. If you want to meet this cunt, he's fucking, you know. There's no malice there at all. The intent is like, I love this guy so much. He's a lovely cunt, this guy. You know, there are no good words and there are no bad words. There is good intent and bad intent. And when people realize that, it opens up a new box of tricks.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to. That's what I want to say was the intention behind what you were going to. You know what you're saying. You know, is it malicious or is it comedy? Because you know you could do either or. You know, you have satire, which is kind of in between, you know what I mean? Like, you know, is he joking? Is he not?
I did have a bunch of people unsubscribe to me because I dare go there, you know, because people were just like, I can't believe. And some of the visuals as well are quite like toilet humor as well. There's a lot of toilet humor in that video.
I can't wait to watch it, dude.
You got to watch it, bro.
I literally wrote it down on my list right here.
It's really edgy. But most people in the comment section were like, this is the funniest video I've ever seen. But there was, of course, you know, people from a certain religious persuasion that were saying unsubscribed, you're going to hell and all that sort of shit. But
they'll send the troops in after you. You know what I mean? You'll get hate mail, and you know,
well, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Right? And like you said, the people who you used to hang with, who like you don't hang with anymore, then you weren't supposed to be with them. You know, like, and I think you're in a much better position than I am because like I feel like I'm like a lone nut screaming in the woods, But like, how do you broach such a vast topic to people? You know, like the flat Earth. So you know what I mean? Like, because if this was 100 years ago, you know, like, I don't know, man. Because David Weiss talked to that old lady Ruth in a nursing home, and she was over 100 years old, and she said they taught her both in school.
Yeah.
So they taught her, you know, heliocentric and geocentric cosmology, because they probably didn't even know themselves. It seemed like something like an agenda was being pushed, you know, and like all this shit in the past, like there's no way we could verify anything in the past. You know, like these people are so good at manufacturing anything they want. These people are the ones who developed and mastered like photo manipulation, audio manipulation. You know, like I was watching Taboo Conspiracy just put out a thing last night. You ever hear of this guy Buster Douglas? He's an old black and white actor. He would like run after trains and like jump on them at the very last second, and he was they attached wires to him. You could see in the video that is displayed where like he's actually hanging on the back of a train and he's flapping in the wind like you know what I mean, like a piece of paper. And then he like hops into the back of the train. He's clearly being lifted by wires. So you're like, shit, if they did this, they were able to do this convincingly in the 1920s, what the hell are they capable of in 2024, 2020?
Wow. You know? Just watch any NASA ISS footage, you know.
I was talking about that with Matty earlier. I said, how come I was watching like the Japanese space station, right? They have in their video, the Earth was spinning. It was moving. And NASA's, it doesn't move. It sits still. Right?
It's almost as if they're faking it.
It's almost like they're just making shit up. And you can see like the astronaut's boots like disappear as he goes. There's like clearly there's like this demarcation line somewhere in the overlapping of visual effects. And like there's this like a safety, you know how they have those safety lines they bring out so they don't get lost in space. Well, you could see the damn thing go behind, you know what I mean? Like go behind something. It's clearly there's some masking going on.
Yeah. Right.
And then he gets out and his boots hit the same spot and you see his boot disappear and reappear. And it like as it's entering that area of where they're trying to seam the seam together, there's some, you know, some it's not quite tight.
Right.
You know, it's like they're working on it, but they're not, they haven't perfected it.
We've seen these, as flat earthers, we've seen these videos a 1,000 times, you know, right. But so do you talk this, you said you feel a little bit kind of alone, you know, so do you talk this way to, do you have anyone in your circle of friends that you could have these conversations with at this, not at the moment now? How long have you been into this information?
Since 2015.
Oh, wow.
Almost 10 years.
Wow. And you've still not got any sort of friends and family that you can have these?
My wife knows that I am, but like she hasn't asked me to like see anything, you know what I mean? She hasn't been like, hey, show me what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Wow. Like let me see for my own eyes, you know. I think she just goes, okay, like let me just not make my husband upset, and
right,
you know what I mean? But then again, I know that she trusts my judgment, you know what I mean? Like, and to say something that to her ears would be so outrageous, I would guess that she would think that I did my homework.
Yeah,
I'm not just, you know, talking shit and making stuff up. I'm like, baby,
but she doesn't really seem interested in the topic.
Right. She doesn't seem interested in the topic, you know.
Wow. I find that crazy. I find that crazy to not be interested in it. I don't know. Maybe there might be a little a switch that flicks one day and she starts seeing the relevance of this information. I don't know. But after 10 years, you would think that she would show a little bit more interest. Man, that's got to be tough, man.
It is. And you know, my kids know, but we don't talk about it. You know, I tell them, I said, look, you know, show me a video of the Earth curving, you know, show me sphericity, show me the ball. And
have you tried? I mean, have you tried reaching out? Are you on Dave's app at all?
yes, I have Dave's app. Mm-hmm.
Right. Are you on
like
the friend finder? Are you on the friend finder?
No, I'm not on the friend finder. I was on it, but then it was like, you know, I don't know. It was like either you had to pay something, and I don't have anything hooked up like for paying online. Like I said, I'm so like I have to go to my wife for everything. Like I buy online. Like I'll write down a list. I'm like, I need air conditioning filters. I need, you know, a dehumidifier for my closet. I'll make a list, and I'll take screenshots from Amazon, and then show like, you know, copper bottle. I have that written down.
Right. Right. Well, whereabouts are you located in the States?
I live in Florida, in Tampa, Florida.
Right. You will find if you look at this, might be you might need to push yourself a little bit here and actually set up a payment platform, or get your wife to pay for it, or whatever. But when you look on the friend finder map, you will find in Florida there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of like-minded flat earthers around you. And you can actually send out a group message and say, hey, or go to some of the meetups, you know, if you're feeling, you know, a little bit isolated and you want to hook up with, you know, like-minded people and start having, you know, a bit more of a true to social life. It might be a good thing to do to sort of set that up and start sending people messages. Hey, you know, I'm a bit alone here. No one gets me. Are there any meetups in the area? In Florida, I know there's shitloads. I know there's Austin Thompson. You aware of Austin Thompson, who does the Mellow Dome?
Yeah, I've heard of the Mellow Dome. Yes. I don't know. I've heard of Austin. Yeah.
I'm quite sure that they have regular meetups in Florida. Whereabouts in Florida?
And like just north of Tampa. It's called Lutz.
Tampa. Right. Okay. Yeah. Get the app. Whatever you have to do. I mean, I think it's like $12 a year. It's totally, it's like $1 a month. You know, it's totally affordable. And that's this thing that might actually open the doors to a new social life for you. Would be well worth, you know, setting that up. You know,
I think that's a good idea, Alex. You know, I mean, one of my main concerns is I don't need a bunch of damn kooks in my life.
No,
you know what I mean, or agents, you know, of the state. Because they are out there, and they are chaos creators. And I just like, you know, I don't need that in my life. You know what I mean? So there would have to be like a serious like vetting process where I'd have to like really spend time with these people and get to know them, and you know what I mean? Like
the only way, in my opinion, is to get to know these people is to go to these events and stare these people in the face and get to know their body language and all that sort of thing. Actually get to know these people. If you're slightly suspicious and you don't, you know, resonate with that particular person, then that's fine. You feel that energy and move on. But you know, if it were me and I was feeling a little bit isolated like that, I would definitely be reaching out on that app if it were me.
I want to take your advice on that, Alex. I want to take your advice on
that. Just try. I mean, just have a look and see how many people are around you. If there's hundreds, if not thousands, you know, it might be worth an hour's drive somewhere to a meetup, and you know, take the wife and get her to, you know, to hear these conversations and get her to understand how passionate we are. You know, and she might start to understand why you are passionate about this subject as well when she starts hearing the same kind of dialect coming from all these hundreds of other people. You know, it might help. I think well, what's the worst that can happen?
Well, you know, I just thought of something. You know, Austin Whitsitt from Whitsitt Gets It. He lives literally like probably 20 minutes from my house.
Right.
I don't know exactly where he lives, but I could just tell, you know what I mean, that he lives close. So if he had a meetup, I would feel more comfortable, you know what I mean, like with Austin, because I like him. I've been following him for years. He's like one of my one of my most favorite teachers. Right. You know? Like I have Martin Leakey is a great teacher of mine. Eric Dubay, you know, Dave Weiss, you know what I mean? Like there are a few select group of people who are really good teachers, and you know what I mean, like I appreciate them. And as Matty and I were talking earlier, his girlfriend said something very poignant. She said, I think that flat earthers are old souls, you know, like why is it only a certain percent of people could you know what I mean, with that understand, they see.
Well, that's why you should seek these events out, because when I've been to these events, one in the States, I didn't know anybody. I did, and the welcome, you feel like you're home. You know, people don't go to these events to listen to the speakers. We all know the information. We know we've been drastically lied to, and we're all in the same boat, and we're all feeling the pain, and we're all going through this awakening process. And to be with these old souls, as you put it, the people that we're in the same mindset. It's the social aspect to these. It's just absolutely one to know there's other people out there that are going through the same fucking shit that we're all going through. I think everybody that I've spoken to that have been to an event, whether it's 10 people, 20 people, or 200 or 2,000, they come back absolutely vitalized because they're just in the same energy. They're in the same frequency space, if you want to get a bit new agey about it. But there is something to that. You know, they come back absolutely invigorated because, oh shit, cats are fighting. They come back absolutely invigorated. Maybe that's a sign. That's a sign,
bro. Right?
No, all good, Alex.
But you get what I'm saying. I think it'll do you the world of good, man, to be around them people. You know, just let them into your life, and you'll find the good ones and the bad. But I don't think there's many bad ones in Flat Earth. Yes, there's some kooky ones. Agents, not so sure. I used to think along those lines as well. I know there's a lot of suspicion in this community, and rightly so. You know, we're all skeptical people.
Yes,
at the end of the day, but I don't go in with that kind of like who's a shield, who's an aid. I just go like, let me see who I vibrate with, who I literally vibe with. You know, we call it vibing because it's a vibration. Right. Who is on the same, you know,
who's on the same frequency.
You'll come away with some good contacts and some good friends, and you know, I think that'd be good for you, man.
I think so too. I think you're right. Everything happens for a reason, Alex, and I'm really, I thank God that I met you today. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. It wasn't for Manny. Manny just reached out and was like, hey, you want to go live? Like, we haven't gone live in what, Manny? Years, right?
Yeah.
At least.
Alex, I don't know if you know this, but Matty was live with me and Martin Dietke.
Say that again. I didn't understand you, bro. I'm sorry.
No problem. Matty was live with me and Martin Dietke and Lindsay.
Matty? Who's Matty?
Me.
Oh, Matty. You're Matty. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it's his accent. Oh, Matty. You mean Matty?
Right. Yeah. So it was me, Martin, and Lindsay, who I haven't heard from. Have you heard from Lindsay?
No, sorry.
Me neither.
Well,
she's, you know, she has young children. They're in school. You know, like she has the life of a young mother, so she has a lot of shit to do.
Alex, you helped Lindsay's what's the name for the Bräutigam? I don't know. You helped the Tatarian meltdown.
I did.
Lindsay told me so, yeah.
I guess you did, Alex.
Do you know the Tatarian meltdown?
You mean the channel, the YouTube channel or the Facebook group?
Yeah. The YouTube channel, the husband from Lindsay. You know the husband from Lindsay.
Oh, probably, bro. But you know, what capacity did I help? But knowing me, I'm always sort of, you know, willing to sort of, you know, I don't know if you mean help musically, but probably do something musically for the community. I'm always willing to do that for sure.
All good.
Yeah.
All good, Alex.
I love this community, man. I do love it. What breaks my heart is all the infighting and, you know, the division. You know, we're supposed to be some kind of resistance. And all I see is fighting, and I never get involved in that. You know, you'll never see me in the comment thread calling people out or getting involved and trying to debate and all that shit.
No, all good.
So tiring, all that shit, man. And I hate seeing that, but there's a lot of that going on. That's the only thing that breaks my heart. Apart from that, I love this community, you know, and I've met so many wonderful people through this community. You know, people that have come, you know, from other countries to visit me here in Spain. People that have sent me gifts. You know, some guy made a guitar for me. And I've had 2 guitars, you know, because I know. It's fucking crazy, you know, how this community can, you know, reward you for, you know, I don't know. I just I've met I've had some crazy crazy times with some really good people, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I would never go back to my old life. You know, I have a whole new life. I have a whole new bunch of friends. The conversations are just incredible when they're here. I wish there was a camera on the wall listening to our conversations, you know, because, you know, they would make great podcasts, just enlightened people, just fueling each other with information and knowledge, and it's just like mind-blowing conversations. And you know, that's the kind of community I'm in now because of Flat Earth, and that's why I love it.
Well, that gives me a lot of hope. That really does, you know, like, because I think you've been in it. I mean, you know, you're a musician, you've made music, you've done parody, you know what I mean? Like, you're in the sauce.
I'm right in there. I was one of the first.
You're right in the FE stew.
Yeah,
man.
you're
like one of the main ingredients.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the music is the heartbeat of life. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a world with no music.
It's like I'm the guy on the battlefield with the drum,
right.
just keeping the morale up with the drum beat, you know. That's kind of how I feel. But no, you know, I'm the soundtrack. I'm the Flat Earth soundtrack. I mean, I never asked for it. If you'd have said to me 10 years ago, you'll be in this Flat Earth community, making like, music, blah, 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 I'd say you're off your fucking mind.
Off your fucking mind, right?
Yeah. But here I am, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And you made the soundtrack for John Hibbler level with me.
Oh, he did that too? Man, Alex, you are prolific.
I'll get around.
I brought you to John
Much
Hibbler,
respect,
Alex.
man.
I do get around, but I get asked to do a lot of stuff. I have to turn down a lot of stuff as well. I have to say no, sadly, if I'm not in the right space and I'm busy. Like Hibbler asked me to do the soundtrack for Old World Order, and at the time I was in the middle of an album, and I said, I can't do it, bro. I'd love to, but I can't. I'm so busy doing this. I'm only one person. He asked me at the wrong time. Had he have asked me now, which I've got loads of time free now, I would have gone, yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah, Sean make a new film. He makes a new film. Do you want to make the soundtrack?
What's the film about?
What's the time?
What's it about?
What's it about?
Yeah, I will check it out for you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, let me know what it's about.
Sean makes a new film.
Okay.
Alex, you know, I brought you to level 3, and you will make the new soundtrack for the new Sean.
If I can.
Yeah, you can. I know you can.
I know I can. It's whether I want to or not, whether I have the fucking energy. It depends.
Yeah. I know.
I get so many people. This is the thing. Like, I get so many people asking me, and I've mostly said yes to it all. And I've done it all, like pretty much 99% for free as well. So I'm like working it for the community.
I know.
And I do it time and time.
Connection.
I think he's talking so fast.
Matty, did we just go off there for a second, Mike?
Yeah.
We're here.
You're back.
Alex, are you back?
But yeah, I'll do it if I can, and if I resonate with the subject matter, absolutely, you know.
Yeah, we need you. You know this.
Alex, I know this for an absolute fact. Good things happen to good people. You know. And you could tell that you're doing good because it'll bite you in the ass. No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, no, I understand you, Alex.
You know.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, there's a contradiction there, isn't there? Because you're saying good things happen to good people, but then I've tried to do good things. It's particularly as I became more conscious and aware of a creator. I set my goal on being a good person and doing the right thing. But what happens is when you go on the side of good, there's always evil that will prevent you from doing it, and you get punished almost for doing good things.
And that's how you
trying to fight that
target.
Yeah. It is tough, like you say, no good deed goes unpunished. When you're on the side of truth and good intent and morality, it seems you get punished for it, which is it's this fucking weirdest thing. But I've experienced that time and time again. You're getting kicked in. You do something good, and then you get kicked in the balls.
Right.
It's like, fuck, you know, when's someone going to give me a break here? You know, I'm just getting more censorship, and you know, like the powers that be. I don't believe I'm being stopped by the powers that be, but I do believe there's some kind of energy, and of course there's the algorithms and, you know, the shadow banning that goes along with it, and so it's definitely a tough road, but you know, it's the road that I chose. It's the journey that I'm on, and fucking bring it on, you know, because you know what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and all of these other things, and I'm losing the fear as well, and I think that's essential to lose the fear of it all. And I think that I'm not sure if I believe in karma, because if karma was real, then these pricks that are doing this to us would have received theirs. And I don't see any accountability for the people that are doing this. I don't see any justice. So karma is sort of off the table for me now. So I don't know whether if you get good, because if that were true, if you do bad, you get bad. But I see these cunts that are in control that are not getting any justice or any accountability. So I'm a little bit confused at the moment as to what I actually believe.
Well, don't forget, Alex, you don't see behind the scenes of their life. You know what I mean?
True.
They might have a wife that hates them, that's screwing the neighbor. You know what I mean? That talks shit on them all day long, has no respect in his own castle. You know what I mean? His kids don't respect them, or you know who? Like,
yeah, they could be tortured inside, couldn't they? They could well be tortured inside.
I think they're more internally tortured than
I hope you're right.
We see, because if we saw it, it would not only produce like vindication, but like you're like, hey, you deserve what you get for lying to people intentionally. And especially children, like you're lying to all these children. Can you imagine if you knew about the flat earth when you were in first, second, third grade? Like how much more you would be interested in school? And just like, if the earth was really a ball of water floating in the vacuum of space, I think that's all we would be taught if it was real. I think that would be like the primary scientific, that would be the gold standard of science in this world. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
I don't have my cognac, but you know. Ching.
Yeah, I mean, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't know this kind of information when I was a child. Can you imagine if you'd have known this stuff at an early age? I didn't wake up until I was 40, so it's like 40.
He glitched out again. He glitched out.
Yeah. Alex, jump in again. You have the link.
They're getting him.
Alex is frozen.
The CIA is getting the router.
Stuff has been wasted, and only the last.
Shalom.
What are we? What am I now? 53. Only the last 13 years.
Alex.
He's in slow motion now. Look.
Yeah, slow motion.
He's like Matrix, bullet time.
Yeah.
He's bending.
Yeah, you say it right, Matty.
Right? The Matrix got him locked up. He's in Matrix prison.
But
hold on, let me do this. I'll do that way, right?
But the flat arms bring him back. Come on, Alex.
Right. He's going like this with his hands.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, mine is this big. Right?
And I get a lot of message from the flat earth girl. Oh, Alex is out.
Okay.
But
I'm glad he popped on, man. That was awesome.
Alex
he's so talented.
Yeah. He's
really
the best.
Such a talented man.
He's the best musician.
He's the best. Right?
Yeah.
One day I will meet him. I'll meet him at a gathering. I'll meet you, man. Like I said, I was in Austria a couple weeks ago. I was in Vienna. And
very cool.
Man, it blew my mind, Vienna. It's like the money. You're like, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, these gigantic castles and the grounds. Have you ever gone to these castles and seen, like, how they have small
I
mansion
have
and
seen something in Vienna.
it's incredible. Like the churches are incredible. You're like, how? Like everything. You're like, how the hell did they build this? How did they turn concrete and make it look like it's wood? You know, like in these churches, they have these giant arches that are made of concrete, but they look like they're wooden branches with, and they even have leaves on them.
Alexis Beck.
He fought through. Did he get it? Come on, Alex.
Give me. Come on.
Come
Alex.
on, conspiracy music guru.
The
Alex, the CMG,
flat,
man.
The best flat earth singer in the plane.
He's back.
Alex.
We thought the Matrix got you, man.
Yeah. No, it's my router, man. I've got to get a new router tomorrow. It keeps dipping and going. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, but is my signal all right?
You're a little laggy.
Can you hear me all right?
Some latency, but we can hear you.
Fucking. Let me just run a speed test again. Yeah, my router's fucked. I've got to go to the shop tomorrow and get a new. My fucking internet.
The sound is good, Alex.
Yeah, the best internet I ever had in my life.
Okay, I'll tell you. Oh.
Sound is good.
How's that? Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Fine. I hear you're fine. Yep. You're 5 by 5.
I'll leave it like that for now until I get a better internet connection, and then I'll show you my ugly face again. But yeah, I've been having problems for days. I've got to get a new router tomorrow. For some reason, this every now and then it will just the signal will just crash. But I was just enjoying that conversation as well. I said to the missus, fuck it. I was just really enjoying that conversation.
Right? That's how you tell you're over the target, man.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
But I'm going to take your advice, Alex. You helped me today, and I'm glad I met you, and I'm very, very happy. Thank you, man. I'm very grateful to both of you guys.
No, thanks, man. I mean, I hope you have success with that. I hope you get some people into your life that I think your life's about to change, man, in terms of social situations, because you need that in your life. You can't be isolated, with this stuff.
No,
you need people
right.
to share it with. It's essential.
No, I did go to one. I went to an Archaics meetup. They came to Tampa. The Archaics channel. Jason Brashears, he has that well, I don't know if it's more of the philosophy of vapor canopy.
Yeah, Jason Brashears or everything.
Right. So he had a meetup, and it was literally 10 minutes from my house. And I went. I didn't even have a ticket. I just went. They just let me right in. I grabbed a seat. I caught the end of it. And he was super cool. I got to meet a bunch of people that were super cool. We went out to this, this big bar and restaurant and hung out for a couple hours. We had live music, and it was really nice, getting to know. And it's kind of out of my comfort zone. I'm a Cancerian, I'm a Cancer, so I'm like an introvert, a bit. But I do have to.
Yeah, my wife's the same. My wife is Cancerian, so I know exactly what you mean.
Right, you know exactly what I mean, and it's hard for us to kind of get out of our shell. And that's fine. Her name's Shelly. That's funny.
Yeah.
I hear.
No, I get it. That makes a lot more sense now. That does make a lot more sense. Yeah, it's tough for her to go out there, and she likes being more indoors and being more home.
Yeah, me too.
And looking after the garden and the cooking and cleaning. Right. She's very traditional in that sense. So now that makes a lot more sense that why you wouldn't want to sort of increase your social circle in that. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
But you're right though. I do have to get myself out there and just meet people. You know what I mean? Cast a wide net, and if I meet one or two good people, shit, I can't ask for more than that. You know, like if you have 2, 3 friends in life that are real, like friends that'll pick you up at the airport, help you move. You know, you're doing better than most people in the world. You know.
Bro, that's all you need. That's all you need. I would rather have like 2 or 3 authentic people in my life than a 200 or 300 pricks that pretend to be my friend. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's how I am, like, you know, emotionally, how I roll. I like to know people. I like to, you know what I mean? You know, or at least spend time trying to get to know them, which is a long process. You know what I mean? You meet somebody, you don't know them. You know what I mean? You just met them. And then they become acquaintances, and then they become friends. So it's a process. I don't call everybody I know a friend.
True.
You know, if I know their first, middle, and last name, they're my friend. You know, because I've asked the question.
Will you just excuse me for like 2 minutes? I need to go and roll myself a quick joint.
You got it, bro.
Alex.
Man, you got a spliff there?
Alex.
He's rolling a J.
I should tell you this from Corinna. Nice regards and a lot of love from the Flat Earth girl Corinna to Matty and Alex and everyone who's listening, who is spreading the truth. My English is not so good. Especially big thanks to Alex. The Flat Earth girl Corinna started medicine. That's true. And she has a lot of clients every day. And the Flat Earth girl Corinna is playing Alex music, and people love it and get healed so much. And das letzte Wort, gratitude. I don't know. Yeah, Alex, we love you. You know this.
Let me get my Eagles hat on. My Eagles are playing today, so I want to watch some football today.
2 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Manny, don't you have a spliff there?
No, only a cigarette.
You don't smoke weed? I thought you smoked.
No.
Weed. No? How about vape? Like one of these things?
Yeah, enjoy, bro.
It's like a little digital hookah. Man, I used to smoke. I smoked 2 packs of cigarettes for 20-some years. And I went to Costa Rica in 2016. And Costa Rica is socialist. Like, you can't smoke anywhere in Costa Rica unless you're at your own house. So, like, I went to the rainforest, and they're like, hey, if we catch you smoking in the rainforest, like, you're getting kicked out for life. You're never allowed back. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to smoke in the rainforest. You know what I mean? So I wound up getting home. I flew in from Costa Rica to Florida, and I got off the plane. I ran outside to catch a smoke like we all do, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm having my smoke, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, like, I felt like I was on like a hedonic treadmill. You know what I mean? Like, I was just doing this shit over and over and over. And like, it gets to be the point of insanity. And I literally put the lighter, I had like a little cheap Bic lighter. I put that in the pack. I threw the cigarettes and the lighter in the trash. And that was the last cigarette I ever had in 2016. Cold turkey. Just, it sucked for a couple days, but I was fine. You know, like once you like Alex said, the first 3 days of everything. When you travel, right? When you say you come to America, you're going to have a 6-hour jet lag on you, right? So
I
it
never,
takes.
I never want to go to America.
What? America is the most incredible place in the world.
No,
I got
that's
machine
Mallorca.
guns. I'll let you
That's
shoot.
Mallorca. Mallorca, the north
What?
of Mallorca.
Maloicas.
Mallorca.
Like the
When
evil
you're
eye? Like the
no
evil, like Malokia?
Mallorca,
What's
Spain,
that?
Spain,
Spain.
like Alex, where Alex live.
Okay. I've been to Barcelona. I've stayed there for like a week on the beach, and it was fucking amazing, bro. They had this huge beach. I didn't know this at the time. Like me and my wife went to the beach. So they have, it's sections, right? So on the far end was the gay and lesbian section of the beach, right? Next to that,
For me, I don't need gay or something like this. I only need the water.
right? Like
I need the flat water.
I've never seen this before in my life. I've never seen a beach that had 3 sections, almost like a football stadium, right?
I know what you mean.
So
Yeah.
then they had nude, like nudists, people who didn't wear clothes, right? And then they had like an American kind of section, you know what I mean? Like where just people wore bathing suits.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit! Like they have 3 different sections of a beach. You know, they all know where to go, and so I walked all the way down. I saw everything, man. It was insane, dude.
Yeah, Alex, camera is working.
Oh, Al, I was just telling Manny when I was in Spain in Barcelona, I went to the beach, and they have 3 sections of the beach. They have a gay section, then they have a nudist section, and then they have like an Americanized section. You know, and so
I didn't know they did that.
I saw so much man meat that day. I never want to go back to that beach. Smacking them out. It was insane.
Right, I didn't know they did that shit. I know they do have nudist beach here. There's one about 10 minutes up the road from me.
Yeah. They had. I mean, that was fine. That was normal. But like the other one was fucking weird.
Yeah, gay beach is a little bit. That's a stretch too far.
Very weird vibe, man. But I had to walk down
Alex,
just to see it.
Sorry, Matty. Alex, no stress. But what if Corinna says we can fly next year to Spain, and we can fly to you?
I mean, if you want to come to Spain, I can't stop you. I'll happily entertain you, and you know, and have a drink with you, and we'll go out for meals and stuff. Yeah, no, it's no stress. But yeah, if you want to come, I mean, I'm not going to be your tour guide.
No. Just we will stay in a hotel, but we can meet each other.
Yeah,
That's
sure. I mean, you won't be disappointed. I mean, Spain is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I could introduce you to some truther friends of mine. And it's just, I mean, I love Spain. There is obviously a level of tyranny here. I don't think you can escape it. There's obviously, there's things I don't like about Spain, but the weather here is just incredible. I mean, you've got to understand, I'm from the UK.
Yeah,
the UK is just the worst.
I know, Alex. I know
the worst weather in the world, and then you contrast that with here, so you won't be disappointed. The weather, the landscape is just beautiful. So I think you'll enjoy. I mean, it's not that far for you to travel here either, is it? And it's not like you're coming from the United States, so it wouldn't be that far.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2-3 hours, 2.5 hours, I think. So
yeah,
I'll have a beer with you. Well, I won't have a beer with you. I'll have a cognac with you, maybe, and a joint. No, you don't smoke weed, do you?
No, he doesn't smoke weed.
I don't drink cognac.
What? Okay.
But the other thing, we will try. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. Can you drink beer, right?
Yeah, sure, Alex.
We're gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to change that, man. You shouldn't drink beer, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna get you on the cognac. I'm gonna get you to appreciate the finer alcoholic beverages that are out there. Don't just go beer. It's not good for you. Beer is fucking terrible for you. It's the worst drink you can drink. If you're going to be a drinker, choose wisely. And I'm gonna get you drunk on cognac.
I will bring you some spring water.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Guess what? You can't bring water on a plane.
True, yeah.
You know.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I they pulled me in. I got pulled over by the TSA because I had, you know, those little half bottles of water. They're like 4 ounces, 5 ounces, something like that. You know, they're little tiny water. One was in my luggage. I didn't even know it. You would have thought there was a damn time bomb in my luggage the way they acted. I was like, they pulled me. They're like, sir, come over. I got to go into this thing. And they're like going through, they're like, they hold out the bottle of water. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I forgot it was in there. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, do they have liquid explosives that I don't know about that look just like water? And you know what I mean? Like I think it's about alcohol. They don't want you bringing your own vodka on the plane with you.
It's wonderful.
Like, what else could it be?
I think it's more about control.
It's
more about control and tyranny. It's one of the reasons I don't like traveling, because you're treated like cattle at the airport, aren't you? You're treated like just a piece of shit. You're not respected in any way, shape, or form. It's just like everyone's treated like a terrorist, aren't they?
Well, hold on. It's even worse, Alex. It's even worse because they have separation. They have TSA pre-check. So you don't have to go through any of the body scanners, the metal detectors, none of that. My wife has that because she travels a lot. I don't. I have to stand in the line. I have to get radiated by the machine. You know what I mean? And she's through in 2 seconds. I see her. I'm standing in line. I'm watching her waiting for me. I'm like, they just create division between the people who are on the airplanes, you know, for money or for whatever, you know, milk another dollar out of it and put us through more torture. It's a waste of time.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I hate it. I loathe traveling. I hate it. I hate getting on planes. And I hate going into airports. I just hate it because of that experience. And I know I'm going to be a problem at airports because there's no way I'm going through the scanners and all of that. And if someone talks down to me, like, you know, like they believe they have an authority over me just because they're wearing a costume, I'm going to have a problem with that. So it's probably safer that I don't leave Spain. I mean, I get invites to perform at like places all over the world, and I always say no because I know how much stress it's going to cause me. You know, it's just, and people don't realize the amount of work that goes into doing that and leaving my home and leaving this beautiful house and this, you know, my beautiful surroundings to go. And yeah, it's just that idea of going on planes and being just, I fucking hate it. I hate airports. They're like prisons to me.
They are prisons. They're like temporary pass-through prisons that you have to go through. Each one's a little different too. I just got
everybody
back
has to abide by rules and regulate. It's just like stand in a queue and we'll pat you down and then, you know, put this in. It just
You know, in Israel, the airports in Israel, they don't even have metal. Like, they have handheld metal detectors, but you know what they use? Dogs and observation. They use dogs to sniff for anything that shouldn't be on a plane, and they have people that look at people to see if they look suspicious. That's it. Like, that's all they have to do in Israel. They don't have to go through what we go through in the USA. You know, I have to get irradiated every time I go in. The worst part about traveling is the physical going to the airport part. Other than that, once you get to where you're going, it's all good.
Do you travel much?
As often as I possibly can, you know. But I want to, you know, the Prague clock.
Yeah.
I want inside of it.
Oh, and wow.
I took the most expensive tour you could purchase, and I went there at like sunset ish, like the sun was still up, but it was kind of going. We had a private tour. We went all the way up top, and we saw, like, you know, how the inner workings work. They won't let you see the gearbox, but they'll let you see, like, you know, that they have 12 saints.
Can you hear me, Matty?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Evening Sun, Sun and Morning Sun. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So we were at the evening sun was coming, right? And they took us in. We went through like 6 buildings. So you see the Prague clock. It's like right there, right? It's like this one building, and it has like a little door to section to the right. There's like 6 other buildings to the left, and it's all one giant piece. So you could walk from one to the other, all up and down. Then they took us inside of there. They have a prison. They have a torture room and a dungeon that's like 15 to 20 feet underground. It's a brick like hole in the earth with like a brick dome cover and like a square hatch with a metal ladder that goes down to it. So they would put people in that back in the day. And I was like, holy shit. It was terrifying just to be in that room. And then a tour guy was like, you know, during the war, the Nazis took the Prague clock over. So I'm like, I'm walking where Nazis walked. And he's like, yeah, like tons of Nazis walked in this hallway, like with machine guns. And it kind of hit me. I was like, damn, like,
I bet there's a lot more. I bet there's a lot more underground that they didn't show you, right? Because if Satire has anything to go by, there's probably
they told us there was an underground. We weren't allowed to get to it.
Exactly.
Right? And you had to go through a room and then go from the room down. So the room wasn't even accessible to go down. Like they have that totally sequestered off.
So were you allowed to take any photos?
Oh yeah, I have tons of photos and videos and everything. So
yes, send it to me.
When I meet up with somebody who's interested in seeing this stuff, I have everything.
Cool.
You know, I
sorry, Matty. I can tell you something about the clock in Prague. Alex, maybe you know this. In the first time, there was a flat Earth map behind the clock.
Yes,
they took it out.
They changed it.
I have pictures of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have pictures of it. I asked the tour guide about that. At the very end, I held a couple questions. Now,
very good, Matty.
Very good. We had a really good driver. Like the guy picked us up from the airport. He was from Ireland, and he lived there in Prague. And he was so full of information. This guy, he told me and my wife that the guy who made the Prague clock, like invented it, you know, did all the iron work and all the wheels and all the machinery. Because I have pictures of the actual machinery, the cogs and the springs and all the like metal. It looks like a watch that's horizontal, right? And it runs the whole clock. And they purposely blinded the man who invented it so he could never replicate it. Dang. And I was like, damn, like they blinded him. So I wait till the end of the tour, and I asked the tour guide, you know, like on the side, I said, is it true that they did that? And he was like hamana 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 hamana, like he was stuttering. And he's like, that's a rumor. He started giving me that's a rumor. You know, they didn't do that. And I'm like, you know, like, you know, when you hear something truthful, it just has the ring of truth. And you hear somebody lying, you're like a little kid got caught lying. And like he wanted to tell me, but I feel like he just couldn't tell me. But if that guy hadn't have said anything, I would have never even heard about the guy they gouged his eyes out for building that clock. Because think about it, it's the only one in the world, right?
Yeah.
That's a reason why.
Truth.
I was like, damn.
I wonder if that could be replicated. I mean, that's a feat of engineering, isn't it?
Feat of engineering, right? And so this man not only had the mental wherewithal and the ability to build, or even like say he didn't build it, but he sketched out the design and don't forget, each cog has a certain amount of spokes on it.
Yeah, certain ratio, right? Yeah.
Right. There's all these mathematical ratios that have to be pinned at the exact millisecond. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And then you have
it's like he's designing a massive Swiss watch, but which replicates the sky clock. It's an incredible feat of engineering. But as you said before, no good deed goes unpunished, and they took his fucking eyes by the sounds of things.
Right, by the sounds of it. And I was like, and then like how they described, like as we're going through this tour, the guy was telling us like, because there's like outside windows, but they're very strange. Like they're designed on an angle, like you could almost slide down them like a sliding board kind of. And I'm like, why is the window like? I thought it was for like coal delivery, like where they would, you know, like dump in coal and it would easily go in on a tilted angle, right? And he said, no, that's in case somebody broke in, they couldn't get back out because you can't climb uphill on an angle. You know what I mean? Like it's way more difficult if you bend the wall just a little bit for somebody to climb up it because it's not a straight ledge. You know what I mean? You can't get your footing. So he's like, once your ass was in here, you're ours. Like, we got you. He basically told us if somebody broke in here, they were fucking dead. They were going to burn them the next week in the middle of the town. And he told me that, they would, he told us like the history of the judicial system, and they still to this very day, like men gather in these rooms and make the laws for the years, weeks, months, days. There's so many committees. I couldn't believe how many.
Well, so in essence, then the whole thing was a big political building. Then,
yes, yeah. Now I don't know if they just kind of broke down the walls and made it one cohesive unit later, or it was built like that initially. You know what I mean? I didn't ask that. I should have asked that question. It's hard to come up with, questions.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of some things because I know from watching Martin's show, he had pictures. That's where I got snagged a screenshot of when the original Prague clock got bombed in World War II. It was busted up, but you could still see the centerpiece, and it's of a flat map. It's like the UN map inside there. And now it's a globe.
Matty, the first thing is we don't make a show. We tell the truth.
Right.
Do you understand? We tell the truth. We don't make a show.
I don't get it, man.
Alex, maybe you can help me.
I'm lost.
I'm lost, man.
Yeah, what you trying to say?
This is alive. This is alive what we do, and we don't make a show. We tell the truth.
You're still losing me, bro.
I'm still not catching you.
We tell the truth. We tell the truth. We make a life. We don't make a show. A show.
I'm still so confused. Are you saying that I lied about something?
No. You say everything right, Matty.
Okay.
Everything is right. Alex, maybe you know this. We don't make a show.
I'm not sure what you mean by we don't make a show. Right. What do you mean?
You lost us both.
We tell the truth, Alex.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
To the best of our ability. To the best of our ability. I mean, nobody really knows. I mean, one thing truthers will all agree on is that we don't know anything. When you learn so much stuff, you realize you're at a point like, holy shit, what I know is a tiny fraction of what is out there.
I've said that to myself so many times. I said that to my family. I said, you have no idea how big this lie is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's omnipresent. It's omnipotent. It's the most grand illusion you could imagine.
Very good,
but only a certain amount of us could really just see through it.
Yeah, we're only starting to see through it. I mean, I was arrogant enough to think that, I've uncovered the globe deception. There's nothing else to uncover now. I'm at the pinnacle of truth. I've found where we are now,
right?
And how stupid I was, because there's so much so much more to learn. That there's so much more out there than the flat Earth, and I still feel like a child sometimes. And I still am, really, because if I only woke up when I was 40 and I'm now 53 almost, so I've only really been aware for 13 years. So I'm still a teenager in this truther movement, really. So I'm still, I'm still very much in my infancy when it comes to learning stuff. There's way more spiritual aspects that I'm looking at now. What happens when we die, the kind of deceptions that there are when we pass over in the spiritual world and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I guess it's all, speculation, but when you're listening to near-death experiences and hundreds of them, and they're all, speaking from the same song sheet, and they're all talking about their experiences, and they all line up with each other. I mean, there's
something to it.
So much out there that just blows my mind. I feel like an absolute, I feel like a dum-dum. So I feel like so fucking stupid because I've been, so suppressing in terms of information, like our schooling system. I went through the whole schooling system, and that really, really damages everybody, really. But at least now, thankfully, I'm on the right road. But I would never. Huh?
Stay flat, Alex.
Would you say? Yeah, I will always be flat. I mean,
there's nowhere to go.
I'm just saying the point being is that I'm very excited that there's so much more out there that we'd be pretty arrogant to think that we know stuff. We do know stuff, but fuck me, there's so much more to learn. There's so much more to learn. I'm excited about it because I'm learning every day, and it's empowering me. They say that knowledge is power. Once you learn about vaccines, you won't have myocarditis, for instance. Oh, we've got to be careful. We're on YouTube, right?
Knowledge is power. Also, the flat Earth girl told me this in the beginning when I found her.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
In the wood. And knowledge is power. Dead Sea Scrolls Yahuwah. You will find the creator. Alex, I can tell this you in the name of me and Corinna. Thank you that you made us the red Yahuwah logo.
Oh, Alex made you a logo?
Yeah, Alex made us the logo.
Really?
Thank you, Alex.
I love how Alex brushes it off like it's no big deal. Like, yeah, I just whipped up the logo when I was taking a dump or something.
No, I mean I don't think Manny is very good at Photoshop. I don't think he's very good at Photoshop, and that's very easy to. He just.
I don't know Photoshop.
Okay.
Alex is frozen.
The colors, very easy, very easy.
Thank you, bro.
Again, fucking
right.
Yeah,
Alex
you were frozen, Alex.
Oh, fucking hell, man! Not again.
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here soon. I gotta pick my wife up at the airport.
Yeah, if you can still hear me, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy my cognac and enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, Alex.
Yeah.
Really nice talking to you, brother.
Thank you, Matty. Thank you,
Mark. Thank you.
Alex, can you jump in for flat dams? Or is the camera frozen?
Yeah, if you can see me.
I got it.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Stay flat.
Thank you. Stay flat.
Nice to meet you, Matty. All the best, brother.
Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you,
all the best, Alex. Ciao.
Cheers, Manny.
I'll see you guys later.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.